Hello, my name is Josh, and in this video I'm going to show you an augmented reality use case for training, and we're going to use Unity and MultiSet Vision Positioning System SDK to do that. This video is sponsored by MultiSet, so thanks for that, and let's jump right into it. To localize with MultiSet, you're going to need a map or a map set, and I'm going to show you in this video how to create this with Matterport. MultiSet now supports also Leica and Novice cameras, which is great, or you can use their app to create a map or map set like shown in the previous video. This is the Matterport space that I've used in the sample scene, and it was created with a Matterport Pro 3 camera, and it has 41 scan points. Make sure that you create more scan points than Matterport suggests, because you really want to get a lot of details. And what you also need is to get the E57 add-on. This costs around 80 bucks, I think. And once it's processed, you can download it. I've already done that. And then you can go to your MultiSet account, create map, upload existing map, use Matterport, or like an obvious if you want to try your own as well. Then this is important, you upload the zip file, not the E57 file. So next, give it a name, best map, enter a place. This is in Weg 80, Biel, Schweiz. Upload the file and wait to upload. So once the upload is done, gonna take some time to process, and you just come back later when it's done. You're gonna see status pending. Depending on the size, it takes longer or shorter. Once the map is processed, you will receive an email notification, or you can just come back here. Here you can take a look at the 3D mesh. Looks okay. Then we can go ahead and copy this map code. And for the training use case, there is this new sample scene under MultiSet Scenes Training. Open the scene and then come here to the MultiSet SDK Manager, paste this and go back to the NavMesh downloader, download mesh, and if there's the error MultiSet config not found, go to the MultiSet resource folder, copy this, rename it, and then we're gonna create some new credentials. Obviously you should keep those private and not put into Git folder. Commit them to Git, ignore this file with the git ignore. Once this is done, go ahead and download the mesh, and it will appear under the map space. Here I already have the older one, so I can go ahead and delete this. If you're gonna do this on your side, just gonna lead this sample scene like I do now, not the sample scene, the map space, and then your will appear like this here, and you're ready to go. Now in this scene, similar to Foforia, everything that is below map space, it will be localized or the 3D content will be localized according to this map. So here you can have some localization settings, etc. And so here in the navigation content, for example, we have the NavMesh, which is the surface where the wayfinding gonna do its magic. And here you might need to adjust certain things, like adjust the settings of the agent, open agent settings. I usually have this down here, and then you can have you adjust this according to your needs. For example, here I would place a 3D object or play with this step value. Step sets maybe 0.5. Maybe not the step height, but the slope. Let's see how it looks better. That will probably work. Once you have the NavMesh, you can take a look at the points of interest here. Those are the ones from the behind the sample scene, and best to copy them is probably have one that is on a good level that you want, and then copy it. Make sure that you set a unique ID here, otherwise you'll have problem with the navigation. And voila, you will need this as locations for the AR steps. So the AR training controller is the parent of the whole AR training logic. Here you will have, for each training, you'll have a different game object with the training sequence script. Here you can give a title, a description. It's not displayed at the moment, but feel free to enhance it. Each training sequence has multiple steps. One step is considered as one location. So here in the training sequence step, you can assign 1 point of interest, just like that. And you can give it a name. And then you can add multiple training tasks. For example, here's only one, turn all lights on. And then here, for example, the next step, this is at the rheology. And you can have more than one, so you can just go add more, and then make sure to test it already in the editor. See if this works as you desire. Here you can see a dynamic list of those trainings. Go ahead, select one. There will be navigation line. Once you arrive, this will show up, and you click here. Then when you click next, then it automatically navigates to the next one. And once you arrive, you have the steps. Go to the next one. Boom. And it detects that it's actually done and the training is completed. And now you're trained as well, doing an AR training. Last but not least, you want to build the app to your mobile device. Make sure to do this on the first day of your project setup, so you don't run into building issues on your day of the deadline, like I've seen some students do. To open the build menu, hit Ctrl-Shift-B. You're in the editor. Then when you are in another platform, select the other one, click switch platform. Take some time to load. Make sure that the scene that you want to build is in the scene list, otherwise add open scene. Then here I just hit build, give it a name, save it, and then most of the time the first build is not gonna work. That's okay. We're gonna go to the console and read from top to bottom. Here we're gonna see AR Core required apps using Fulcon, require minimum SDK version of API level 29. So we go here, player settings, close this, scroll down. Here API level 29, save it, go back, try to build again. Then this is a bit interesting about the input handling. When you're building to Android, you cannot have input handling for both legacy and new. So here we're gonna have, I have to think, I want to continue, no. So we're gonna go here into the settings again. Active input handling here, new, apply. Editor will restart. Yeah, here was watching my old video because I didn't know if this problem already occurred. No, it's weird because it's mirrored. Once this is load again, let's go back, try to build. You can always read a bit here what's happening. This looks better. Let's hope the best. The first build is always gonna take a bit longer, so don't worry. If this takes up to 5 minutes or more, maybe 7 minutes or 8, don't worry. The next builds, they're gonna be faster. Remember back in the days with modems, when we were holding the mouse button or downloading something so that it's moving faster? Yeah man, good times. Some developers recommend not to do anything else when you're building, so your brain stays in the zone of programming and building, not get distracted on Instagram or whatever. Just kidding, do whatever you want. Boom, we got it. There we go. So for iOS, it's similar. You're probably gonna have other errors, for example, that you need to, I don't have the tab here, but you will need to add publish settings maybe? No, in the publish setting. In the other settings, you'll need to add the reason why you're gonna need to use the camera. I have it here on Android. And voila. For iOS, you also need the Xcode profile, developer certificate, etc. I'm not going to talk about this because this would explode this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you see you around. Cheers.